Today on DNVR Buffs Live, the Colorado Buffaloes have once again made a massive addition, this time on the offensive line at a position of need. We're talking all about that now.
Buff Nation,
Let's go.
Squad. Coming to you live from the Xfinity studio. It is DNVR Buffs Live Hump Day.
Heck yeah. And the Broncos play on Saturday, so it's actually like we're further along than we even think we are.
Yes, sir. We are rolling.
How do you feel about having the first game of the weekend?
Love it.
Yeah?
Yep.
Makes me a little nervous.
Everything makes you nervous when it comes to the Broncos.
Yeah. It's that time of year, bro. It's that time of year.
Stakes are high.
I love that we're just going to get this dub and then just kick back the rest of the weekend and see how things fall into place.
I hope so. Should be fun. Fun weekend of football ahead. My favorite weekend, and we have a national title this time around, too.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be really hard to beat last weekend.
It is, but
Yeah, it was pretty lit.
divisional weekend usually really delivers, man.
Yep.
It's the first time I can remember the Natty being, I think.
No, it was last year because I planned my
really?
bachelor party around it.
Makes sense then. What's up, chat? How's everyone feeling today?
Chat, what up?
Today on the show, we're just going to talk about a lot of the transfers who have come in, maybe some people or some players who we really haven't got a chance to discuss. We'll get a chance to get some takes out. A lot of transfer portal news. Dante Moore, Justice Haynes, Smith Snowden, Ryan Staub, Chris Hudson to the College Football Hall of Fame.
Hell yeah.
See that? We'll get to that here shortly. But we start today with
Friend of the program, Chris Hudson.
Yes, that is true. Colorado's got a new center, or at least a candidate to start at center right now. In Demetrius Pancake Hunter, former Houston center, started 25 games for the Cougars over the last 2 years. This is just big in terms of the experience. Obviously, Julian Lewis under center, new offense, but you're going to have a veteran and a guy who's going to like to, obviously it's in his name, pick up some pancakes on the field. He's going to be working in the run game. So excited.
Double meaning there too. Like nickname Pancake, but also Pancake Hunter. Like
That's what I was trying to tell Scotty.
He's hunting pancakes.
That's what I'm trying to
Bro
tell
was
you,
trying
bro.
to tell me that his nickname is Pancake Hunter, but his nickname is just Pancake. His last name
It
is
could
Hunter.
be like the Pancake Hunter, like Dog
Thank
the
you.
Bounty Hunter.
Thank you.
We literally had this whole conversation with him. I was like, I don't know, bro. I think it's just Pancake, bro. He's like, no, it's Pancake Hunter.
Pancake Hunter's cooler, bro.
Yeah, I love it. This is big, and it's a position of need. Maybe one of the more obvious ones now outside of left tackle that you had on the offensive line. You had a lot of pieces that were that you can work with, but you didn't have a true center that you could count on the roster until right now, in my opinion. So now you have that locked in, and you said candidate to start. I think that's your starter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta keep it honest, keep it a being with y'all. I don't like this pickup.
He didn't grade very well on PFF.
I love this pickup. Demetrius Hunter is
Curveball.
one of my favorite pickups so far.
Okay, let's go.
He started every game over the last 2 years for Houston. 2 sacks allowed
Yeah.
over 2 years, one each year. Played against, obviously, Texas Tech, their vaunted pass rush this season. Held up really well. No sacks allowed. No hurries allowed. Only one pressure allowed. This is somebody who is battle-tested, has the size 6'2", 310 pounds, is coming here expecting to start and knowing what to do, particularly in this Big 12, in this conference. Has experience with everybody just about that Colorado is going to play in the Big 12 slate this year. So I like this pickup a lot. And obviously, Zarian McGill has already said that he's maybe waiting for an extra year of eligibility, depending on the JUCO rule. So we'll see about that. But assuming Zarian McGill does not get that extra year of eligibility, I believe this is your starting center. I think you kind of again, we got to see what he looks like on the field here at Colorado. But you have plenty of proof of concept of what he looks like in the Big 12 starting football games. And I've been on the record saying that, it's hard to find really good offensive linemen in the portal.
Right.
Colorado has done it a couple of times. Xavier Hill, Zary McGill comes to mind. But I think this is the pedigree of the type of guys that you can find out of the portal that could potentially be impactful pieces for you on the offensive line. I like this pickup a lot.
Yeah, and I'm not going to say that I've watched a bunch of film on Pancake Hunter so far, but one thing that I will say is Houston in the games that I watched last year ran QB runs, QB powers, that type of stuff really successfully. A lot of times your center is the nucleus of being able to successfully run those QB runs in the middle of the field.
Look, he didn't have great grades on PFF. I don't think you start 25 games at Houston, though, without being a very good player. This is a team that has really come along in the trenches the last 2 years particularly. And honestly, that's really what impressed me the most. That's why I got on the train for Houston this last year, is just because I saw them in 24 on both sides, and I was like, I think there's a lot you can work with here. Hunter was obviously one of those pieces. Also, it's just a veteran on the offensive line, right? You lose your, one of the guys who is most important at left tackle on this team. You're going to have a lot of new guys on that offensive line, but this guy's played a lot of football. You're going to have a redshirt freshman starting at quarterback. He's going to be someone to rely on there. So that's really my biggest takeaway. You just got a vet on the line, a guy to call out protections, point out who the mic is, just is going to have, he's going to know how or what to expect, I guess I should say, from, a Julian Lewis, or what it should look like. So he's going to be able to help guide him along that side and also just kind of lead this offensive line. He's done it 25 games, has to be your de facto leader in that position group, right?
Yeah. And I mean, just in our game against them last year, we were getting pushed around on that offensive line. So a lot of those guys were playing well. Dean Connors was kind of carving us.
Yeah. Somebody asked in the chat, how did Hunter do against our Buffs? Played pretty well. Obviously, he started the game, played the whole game. 0 sacks allowed, 0 quarterback hits allowed, only 1 pressure allowed. So, yeah, that's kind of what most of his games look like. He's just he's solid up front. And obviously, Dean Connors, their running back, Houston had a really good running game.
Yes, they did.
Last year as well. You mentioned the quarterback run, which is obviously a big part of what they did last year as well. And you need a center to be an impactful piece. And that's what he was for Houston the last couple of years. And good on this recruiting staff for Colorado to add a guy like this with this pedigree.
Also, how have players with the last name Hunter fared at Colorado?
Pretty damn good.
How about players transferring from Houston to Colorado in the Coach Prime era?
Yeah.
Done pretty well, I think.
Big guys, too.
Big boys.
Facts. I will add, I don't think they're done at the position, though. I mean, there's Rayson Delgatti is another player who was, came on a visit. He's from Cal Poly. He was also started every single game last year.
Yeah.
I'm going purely off memory here. Big Sky, all Big Sky.
Yeah.
Last year.
From Colorado originally?
I think
someone said to me?
so.
I'm not sure. But yeah, Delgatti last year at Cal Poly started 12 games at center as a redshirt freshman, allowed just 1 sack, no quarterback hits. He's 6'3", 300 pounds as well. And picked up an offer, right? That's what the connection is. I think Colorado offered him. But he's got a couple. I think he's picked up an offer from Alabama, Michigan, so he's pretty highly sought after. But Colorado's in on him.
Colorado is in on him.
He
for
visited.
Sure. Yes, he did.
Oh, he visited too.
Yes, he did.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Also, I mean, was Yo-Yo working at center?
He has.
So you got kind of some depth. It's going to be a competition at that position, which you love to see. It's going to be a competition across all those spots on the offensive line. But that's one taken care of, right? I mean, you add Bo Hughley. I don't know if he's probably the leader in the clubhouse right now to play left tackle, right? I don't think he played very much at Georgia.
Probably.
Until
that's what he played. I know Richardson played some left tackle as well at Mizzou.
Right.
Yep. But we'll see.
Yeah, I would maybe lean Richardson.
Okay.
With Hughley playing right tackle. And then I think the plan is to move Larry Johnson to guard.
Oh, I kind of love that, actually.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, why can't Chauncey Gooden is still in the rotation as well? So it's coming along. I think this is a position that you'll start to see Colorado address more so maybe moving forward. I mean, we're kind of in a little bit of dead period right now, middle of the week in between visit weekends and stuff. So keep an eye on the position, but this is a great start.
Yeah, they're not done yet either.
For sure.
Coach Marion said as much.
He sure did.
Yes, he
Specifically
did.
about the offensive line, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, and then Jose Soto too, coming in from Sac State
at
is an
guard.
option at. He's played exclusively right guard, I think. Right.
Yes. Yes.
So you can kind of see it coming together at this point. John told me to stop pronouncing the G in Hughley. What do you have to say about that?
John, have you ever heard of DL Hughley?
That's where it's coming from in my head.
Yeah.
I've also don't think I can remember someone just being named Hughley.
Hughley. That doesn't really sound right to me.
We could be wrong.
We could be wrong. I was just going off the only Hughley I've known in my life, and it was
Exactly.
with a G. So
But yeah, and also the Maryland or not Maryland, Rutgers tackle Taj White in the fold as well for this team. So
yep.
you're starting to fill out really a group there, an experienced group too.
A lot of those guys have played a lot of football and started games.
Well, and just last year, I mean, if you add up the 12 starts from Hunter, you got 12 starts from Soto, you got 8 from White, you got 2 from Hughley. Like, it is starting to come together. I mean, obviously, got to have it all work in harmony on the field. But
a couple people mentioned this in the chat. I see Juice mentioned it as well. This was like 30 minutes ago. Maryland starting right guard. Ooh, that's a tough name. Aliuba is entering the portal. 6'6", 320 pounds. I love how y'all looked and it was like, yeah, I'm not going to try that.
I couldn't see it. It's too far away.
Played 1,500 career snaps, allowed just 1 sack throughout his career. He began his career at Georgia as a 4-star recruit in the 2022 class, and apparently he played for Coach Hegeman at IMG. So that could potentially be another name on the offensive line to keep an eye on.
1,500 career snaps.
Yes, sir.
Our guy, Sco Buffs 22, had a stat about this today. So Colorado has so far added an average of 879 snaps per transfer added.
yeah,
The leaders in snaps per transfer added last year were Oregon, Miami, Virginia, Duke, Arizona, Indiana, Texas Tech, FSU, and NC State, Northwestern at number 10. And so this would have slotted the Buffs in last year in 9th in terms of most snaps per transfer added. You add in another 1,500 there, that might bump them up a little bit. But I mean, you listen to those teams: 13-2 record, 13-2 record, 11-3 record, 9-5 record, 9-4 record, 15-0 record, 12-2 record, and then you have FSU's the only one who didn't have a winning record in the top 10.
Was that after Hunter committed today, those numbers?
That was 4 hours ago.
Okay. Because Hunter has played 1,600 career snaps, so that would definitely boom that as well.
and all those teams like Duke won the ACC. Virginia was playing for a playoff spot in that game against Duke. Obviously, Oregon.
First 2 teams you mentioned are playoff teams this year.
Yeah, who were the teams?
Indiana's
at the top?
number 6.
Yeah. Who are the teams at the top again?
So it's Oregon, Miami,
Yep.
Virginia, Duke, Arizona
was
Indiana,
good this
Texas
year.
Tech is the top 7.
Yeah, those are all good teams this year.
For sure.
Yeah, it's like an average of 11 wins per team there.
It's crazy.
All right, let's hit on some more transfer portal news on the other side of this break, and shout out to our friends over at Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR, man. They've been rolling with us for a minute. We're excited to be rolling with them because, well, frankly, they're the best, most dependable, most versatile, and just the best vehicle for Colorado. I shouldn't say the vehicle for Colorado. Vehicles for Colorado, because they got 17 models available all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, including the Epic 4Runner. If you're heading out to Colorado, I mean, it's been a sunny winter. You can still hit up the mountains and take in all that beauty there with a four-wheel drive Toyota. You can also get around the city very easily because they have the most low and zero-emission vehicles combined than any other automaker. They got 16 different options, including the Tundra iForce Max hybrid truck. If you're looking to, a little hybrid, little four-wheel drive action as well. Visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East, and Rowan Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of CU Athletics and the official vehicle of DNVR. Let's go places.
And shout out to the squad, our good friends over at Xfinity as we sit here in
Yes,
the
sir.
Xfinity studio, man. Shout out to Xfinity, man. And shout out to their 5-year price guarantee, man. What if I told you, Jake, that you can get not only reliable Wi-Fi, but some intelligent, smart Wi-Fi? And before you answer, What if I added on the caveat that you could keep that intelligent, reliable Wi-Fi at the same price for 5 whole years, bro?
It sounds like an incredible deal that you can't pass up on.
It sure does. And that is the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, man. This is Wi-Fi that makes everything in your home work together, man. It finds, it fixes problems before you even notice them. This is super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense, man. It lets you stream the game even when the whole family is online. And here's the best part, man. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and Xfinity's best equipment included. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities with Xfinity. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that.
All right, back on the show. Let's talk some transfer portal news. Just come across the timeline from Pete Nakos of On3. Georgia Southern all-conference edge / offensive linebacker MJ Stroud is withdrawing from the transfer portal. We did hear at one point Colorado looked good for him, but he visited, when was this, right? That first weekend,
yeah, for sure.
So, and Colorado's added 4 other edges since then, too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, going back to Georgia Southern.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah. By the way, how about Bishop Thomas is going to Oklahoma?
Shout out to him.
Good for him, man.
For real.
I mean, bro, he was always an athlete. Very clearly an athlete. He just had to put it together.
Out there on a skateboard.
Yep. Last time we saw him.
No way.
That's the first season of the Coach Prime doc. There's like a scene of him skateboarding around.
He's too damn big to be on a skateboard.
He was like the main character of the first season of the doc.
He kind of was. Yeah.
Great dude.
A hell of a personality.
Yep.
Sounds like hopefully kind of got things straightened out.
I mean, yeah.
Is he
sounds
at Georgia
like
Southern?
State.
Georgia State, okay.
Yep. But yeah, good luck to him. That's awesome. Other transfer portal news. I don't know if we've talked about this. Actually, we should cover this stuff first. Smith Snowden committed to Michigan. That's a bummer, man.
Big bummer. That one, from what I understand, was really close.
Yeah.
One way or the other. Obviously, he goes to reunite with his coach, Kyle Whittingham, at Michigan.
Right.
That's tough. That's just a tough thing to compete with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're getting to keep your same coach, go to a bigger school,
Definitely.
play in the big house.
Yep.
He's a good player. That would have been a hell of an add to the secondary that we talked a little bit about yesterday. I really like where the secondary is at. Adding potentially Snowden to that would have been, that would have bbeen fun. But
He would have been another guy who brought how many snaps to the team?
100%.
Yeah. I mean,
another 2-year starter.
yeah,
pretty
he's
much.
played 24, 25 starting games. So
Yeah.
it is a bummer. Cornerback's still going to remain in need for Coach Prime in Colorado as we head into this next weekend of recruiting.
It's one of the last true needs I need, and one of the last few things where it's just like, you know, I think yesterday I said, like, I'm close to just saying this defense is going to be good.
Right.
Give me one more.
Yeah.
One more good corner and I'll say
for
it.
sure.
Yep.
For sure. But maybe,
look at that.
Kobe will mention it. Maybe it's just Preston Ashley, right?
I mean, I've
Maybe it's Preston
been
Ashley.
waiting to throw that out there. They play guys in the secondary really young on this team.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
By the way, look at this comment from William Jones. I took your guys' advice, bought my wife a 2026 Camry. I'll never buy another brand of car.
Let's
Hell
go.
Thanks,
yeah.
DNVR.
What a legend. Also, someone did ask, yes, it is a Halo energy sword.
156 Silence?
Yes, sir. Go check them out.
Is that a band?
Yeah.
Okay. Seems
Duh.
like-
It's obviously a band
well,
arcade.
it feels like they might have violated some copyright trademarks
man.
with that shirt.
The scene, they can get away with that stuff.
Not the cops over here.
Yeah, chill out over there.
I just unfortunately know all too much about T-shirts and copyright law.
I'm sure you do. That's really kind of it in terms of Colorado right now. As I mentioned, we are kind of in between visiting weekends, so the team is in between getting guys on campus pretty much. So we'll see what happens this weekend. We have those Texas guys we talked about yesterday, potentially Blake Purchase as well. So stay tuned.
One other guy I tweeted about today that I just found some interesting connections. Missouri safety Mose Phillips is entering the portal. He announced today. He's a former Virginia Tech transfer. And obviously, when he was at Virginia Tech, he played for Colorado linebackers coach Chris Marv when Marv was the Hokies right? Hokies, Virginia Tech. They're the Hokies, right? Was the Hokies defensive coordinator. Started 13 games for Marvin, Virginia Tech, and obviously coming over from Missouri. He's played a lot of 1,100 career snaps. Phillips has played most of it at Virginia Tech, but obviously this past season in the SEC at Missouri, a good amount of production, almost 100 career tackles, picked off Cam Ward in 2024 as well when he was at Virginia Tech. So, and he's also from Nashville, Tennessee, where Director of Player Personnel Darius Darden-Box hails from as well. So keep an eye on Mose Phillips because, as we've said, a lot of connections, and I don't think they're done in that secondary.
By the way, I don't think enough love has been shown to Coach Marv.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just showed up, and all of a sudden just
For
three
real.
great linebackers.
Yeah.
So he's done a great job recruiting those guys.
Hell yeah.
And so far retained the young guys that you've brought in too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
Which is, I mean, we might as well throw a party on Friday once we make it to the closing of the transfer portal.
Yeah.
'Cause, holy cow.
I thought I was really high on Gideon Lamprin.
Yeah.
And I talked to someone, say, involved with the program yesterday, and they said, I think we got Luke Kuechly.
Wow.
I was
LFG.
Wow.
Okay.
Well then.
I was like, damn, I thought I liked him the most you could possibly like.
That's lit.
That sounds awesome.
Yep. Just because the chat's talking about, yes, Makari Vickers is still on the team too. I'm not ready to give up on Makari, man. I'm going to show him some grace after last year, after what he went through in the offseason. He didn't get a real offseason. He missed the entire spring. He just had to hit the ground running after having heart surgery too, so he could play a role. Of course, RJ Johnson back as well. But yeah. Other transfer portal news. I mean, we talked about this last week, but it's official now. Justice Haynes is committed to Georgia Tech. This guy could have been a second, third round draft pick in the NFL in April. He decides to re-enter the portal. And they're going to be facing him week 1 in Atlanta. And this is a team that loves to run the hell out of the football. Brent Key builds his team around that. And Justice Haynes is like that.
He really is. He's a good player.
Yeah, they love people with the name Haynes.
They really do.
Haynes King, Jamal Haynes, Justin Haynes.
They're going to keep them Haynes.
I know what they're wearing underneath their clothes.
If that ain't an NIL deal over there, they're messing up, man.
That's kind of like a stop the bleeding news for them.
I think
like it's
so,
just
too.
been bad news after bad news after bad news for Georgia Tech. But that's a big one. It's a big addition. And if you're named Haynes, you're probably a Georgia Tech lock.
It's going to be interesting for Georgia Tech, though, out the gate, because they now have a new offensive coordinator and a new defensive coordinator.
And a new quarterback.
Exactly. They just finalized the deal to hire their new defensive coordinator. I think this was yesterday. This was yesterday. They are hiring Texas's defensive pass game coordinator and secondary coach, Blake Gideon. And obviously we heard a week or two ago that their new offensive coordinator is coming from the NFL ranks. He was a tight ends coach for the Ravens this year. So they're gonna look different and be different with those two coordinators. Obviously a new quarterback, like you mentioned, new skill position players. That's going to be a fascinating week 1 matchup.
No doubt, man. No doubt. So yeah,
Juju going back to Atlanta.
it's going to be amazing.
Lit.
Cannot wait.
Lit. Y'all see Walter Taylor?
Yeah, back to Vandy.
That's crazy.
Full circle for him.
When I saw the tweet come, I was like, this got to be a different Walter Taylor at Vanderbilt.
But
And
he posted like a YouTube video a couple months ago, essentially that he was moving to tight end or wide receiver.
really?
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 6'7".
Yep.
For sure.
He's tall as hell, super athletic, fast.
Yeah.
And it was just funny because it was just like a video of him just doing routes on air, like high pointing passes in the back of the end zone.
Did it look right? Did it look like natural?
It did actually. That's probably what got him back to
For
Vanderbilt.
sure. Well, yeah. For those that don't know, obviously Walter Taylor started his career at Vanderbilt as a quarterback, committed to Colorado for the 2024 season, spent last year at Ball State, and is now committed back to Vanderbilt where his college career started.
Good for him,
And
man.
Moving positions was probably the right move for him.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Shout out to him for realizing it because some people don't.
Yeah.
And they
Shout out Tim Tebow.
Yeah, facts. Facts.
Shout out to Quentin Gibson, who apparently today earned Football Writers of America freshman All-American honors as a return specialist.
Let's go, man.
That boy Quentin could put on his resume that he was a freshman All-American.
Yep.
And obviously he did some work as a returner this past season, and I think he's going to be even more ready for more as a sophomore.
He was he was so close to breaking one several times, but there was at least in old section 108, there was some hand wringing over some of the decisions he was making, bringing the ball out late in the season.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure he was just given full green light. We're struggling on offense. We're not producing a lot of points. Just see if you can make something happen.
Yeah, totally. And he, like you guys said, he was close too. Shout out to Ryan Staub as well.
Stauber.
He's got a visit to LSU now coming up. So we talked about, you and I talked about the Ohio State visit. Cincy visit was also one that was set up, but he's very clearly getting a lot of interest. And now LSU and Lane Kiffin are the next on his schedule.
Is there a monetary market out there for backup quarterback?
Yeah, I think so.
Has to be.
For the top teams, absolutely. Absolutely.
Great for him, man. That's all.
Because I think we'll talk about it, right? Dante Moore announced today that he is returning to Oregon. Mm-hmm. And which quarterback room would y'all rather have? Oregon's quarterback room of Dante Moore and Dylan Raiola, or LSU's quarterback room of Sam Levitt and Husan Longstreet, who they just got as well?
I'll take LSU.
Me too.
Okay. I'm kind of surprised.
But I just have such a bad taste in my mouth about Dante Moore after how he looked last week.
Valid.
Yeah. And Raiola needs the year anyways. So
I think they've sold Raiola on the
definitely
Dylan Gabriel, Dante Moore
exactly
plan.
I think I said yes. That's the best case scenario for him, in my opinion.
100%.
It's just crazy to me. Like, I don't know. The idea of like starting every game and then just going and sitting, I cannot imagine.
Yeah.
I couldn't either, but I think it helps like Raiola being in a room with somebody who literally just did it. Like Dante Moore literally just did it, and it worked out pretty well for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and there's definitely a market for that, though. That's different.
Yeah.
Like,
sure.
That is next in line money, which definitely exists. Mm-hmm. But I mean, no one's bringing in, with all due respect, I love Staub. No one's bringing in Staub, especially not Ohio State or LSU, to be next in line to start for them. They're bringing him in because they're like, this is a great locker room guy. He's going to learn the offense, and he's going to be comfortable in the role of backup quarterback.
Yeah. Just a great addition to the room, basically.
Yes, exactly.
For sure. Shout out to him, though, man. I mean, I'd be sick to see him play and potentially start somewhere, but if he ever wants to become a coach or something like that, too, I think joining a team like Ohio State, LSU, and, being in that room, that setting, getting to know those guys, those coaches would be fantastic if he ever wanted to go into that venture. Obviously, we hope he plays for a little bit longer, though, still. Someone did mention LSU brought in another quarterback too from like Elon, I think.
Yeah, he was like a bit like he was like a conference player of the year, like as
crazy
a young guy.
stats. Yeah.
I peeped that too.
Where did that UC Davis kid go?
Oh, the guy that we brought in. What was his name?
I think
again?
it was wasn't it? I think it might have been like Wazoo.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I think it was Wazoo.
Caden
He
Pinnock.
might cook there.
I liked him a lot. I ain't gonna lie. He had some game for a young guy too. Obviously, I think that was his
Yep,
name.
Wazoo. Yep,
Yeah. Decent spot.
for sure. All right, let's take our next break, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the portal. Shout out to our friends over at Taco Bell, the legends, man. They have been crushing it all year long. Well, I shouldn't say all year long. We're, 14 days in, but I guess that too. They got the quesarito back. Let's let bygones be bygones. Nikola Jokic, as you all know, was drafted by the Denver Nuggets, 41st pick in the draft. Didn't even get his moment. Taco Bell quesarito commercial on at the time, but they're extending the olive branch. They want Jokic to try it. And if you haven't tried it, man, make sure you get on the spicy volcano version as well. The volcano sauce was one of my favorite things on the Taco Bell menu item a few years back. So hyped they are bringing it back and teaming it up with the quesarito. Check out their crispy chicken menu as well. Whether it's a taco burrito or strips, Taco Bell's crispy chicken delivers every single time. With football playoffs taking full effect, be the hero of the party. And don't forget to pick up a crispy chicken game day pack featuring chicken strips, soft tacos, and Taco Bell's amazing nacho fries. It's definitely a winning combination. They've been crushing it. Go hit them up. Shout out Taco Bell, Liv Moss.
And shout out to the squad, our good friends over at Bet365, man. There is so much sports going on right now, man. NFL playoffs this weekend. The college football national championship coming up soon. NHL season, NBA's in full swing. And with our friends over at Bet365, man, they got the NHL early payout offer, man. You are a winner if your team gains a 3-goalie with an instant payout on straight bets and parlays selections marked as winners, man. And there's breaking news from Bet365 as well. New customers now get $200 in bonus bets when you bet $5, win or lose. Sign up, use the code DNVR365, deposit $10 and place a bet for $5 to get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins or loses. These bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, player props, futures, and more. So whatever the moment, it's never, ever, ever, ever ordinary at Bet365. You must be 21 plus and physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply.
All right. Back on the show, a couple more things about the portal. This is from, Josh Caraway, just a guy on Twitter ultimately, but
aren't we all at some point?
Yes, but he is a coach, I believe, for Western Illinois.
Shout out the Leathernecks.
To what is it?
The Leathernecks.
Leathernecks.
Yeah, Western Illinois.
Damn,
Leathernecks.
okay.
Yeah.
Is that like one step past being a redneck?
Damn near. It's the Illinois version, the Midwest version of being a redneck. You're a leatherneck.
He tweeted out, there are 10,576 football players that have entered the portal as of Wednesday morning. Of those 10.5K who have jumped in, 6,846 are still active and looking for a new team. That is not even half of the available players in the portal have found a team. Of course, it's January 14th, but this number was around 60%, I think, last year in terms of the players in the portal who found a new team.
That is crazy.
Yeah, because it was around 8,000, I believe. We're up to 10,000 plus.
Coach Prime said it all the way back when Shalomai entered the transfer portal.
Yep.
Do not enter the transfer portal unless you have a plan.
Facts.
Unless you've already talked to someone. Unless you've already been tampered with.
Right.
Yep.
Crazy, man. How many buffs?
Oh, I meant to do that too.
I mean, we can.
I'll pull this up.
Yeah, we can just do some off the top of the
guys
head.
who have left that haven't found a spot yet.
So,
Sam Okunlola comes to mind.
Starting from the bottom here. So, guys who have entered months ago: Terrence Love, Mantrez Walker, Noah King, TJ Branch. A wave of commits here: Tavian Coleman, John Slaughter, Sean Myers, Sam Okunlola.
Sean Myers is committed. He's at UAB now.
That's right. Sam Okunlola, Braden Keith, Reggie Hughes, Staub, who we just talked about. Apparently, someone said Brady Kopetz withdrew and is coming back. Walker Anderson, Nikhil Webb-Walker, Kyle Carpenter, Tyrekus Davis, Cooper Lovelace, Cam Michael. I mean, these guys just entered, but Carter, Isaiah, Jordan. Yeah. So
crazy, man.
I mean, that's more than 50% of the guys who have entered from Colorado.
Yeah.
A lot of folks get stuck in that portal, man. And it sucks. It sucks to see. It really does. That's why people try to award. Grass ain't always greener, right? You would rather try to figure it out at your current spot than try to start over.
If you don't have hard information, and that's another thing, is an agent or someone who, isn't fully invested in your best interest is going to tell you, hey, you might be able to get $250K out here. And then all of a sudden you're in there and teams are saying like, we'll give you like 75. And you're like, whoa, I was making 90 at my last place. Yeah, sorry, that's all we got in the budget.
There was a tweet about that, I think towards the middle December, about how the agents really do kind of play games with these guys. And even if they come to you with a number, like, you still have to be so certain, because if you miss out, then yeah. What's going on?
Got a new commit.
Ooh.
Who?
Oklahoma safety, Jaydan Hardy.
Oh, let's go.
Has committed to Colorado. Yeah. Didn't play a ton. Actually, he's played in 26 games at Oklahoma over the last 2 years. 17 career tackles, 2 picks, 1 PBU, a forced fumble as well.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder
Another guy with playoff experience.
what the snap count is there.
This is big.
Yeah.
How do you spell his first name?
It's Jaydan. So it's a bit
Thank
different.
you.
Jaydan Hardy.
All right, here we go.
11 tackles this season, but the tackles and the interceptions aren't adding up to me.
No, I feel you.
So he played in.
What's his measurables?
5'10", 180 according to PFF. Played in every game this year. Only 163 snaps this year. 58 snaps last year. I'm pretty sure this guy was a big recruit though, right?
Is he safety or corner?
Safety.
Safety, yes. Sorry, chat. We're working on the run here. Okay. He was, a 2024 4-star on the 247 Sports Composite rankings from Louisville High School in Louisville, Texas. Was 5'11", 165 back then. So he's put on some size, obviously. He's had 2 years in college. Was also competing in track and field. Has an NFL father, Daryl Hardy, former Tennessee Volunteers linebacker, and played in the NFL as well. On the Utah roster, 13 games played, 6 total tackles, 1 interception, 1 PBU this year. But was a very highly touted recruit.
Had a sick forced fumble against Alabama.
Okay. This year?
Yep. On special teams. So my goal here was to try and find like how Oklahoma fans feel about him. Seemed like they loved him as a special teamer. Someone said special teams player of the year.
Oh, wow. That's big.
Yeah.
They've had great success rate in finding safeties out the portal, man. They really have. And it is one of those positions where they are kind of a dime a dozen, and you really just have to be an athlete and, have some level of football instincts and you'll get some production going. But they've really had some impactful players out of the portal at safety.
Yep. And it was Ryan Williams who he stripped on a punt return.
Well, he drops the ball and fumbles all the time.
And another addition to this secondary, man, which just continues to grow. Another guy with experience, man. Another guy with playoff experience. Yeah, I don't know if this is a penciled-in starter right away, but this is definitely some solid depth at the very, very minimum with some SEC experience. 221 career snaps, so not a ton of playing time, but he has been out there on the field. And if at the very least, like you said, he's a special teams maven, then that'll work. This team needs that as well.
Yeah, and going back to his entry into the portal, Oklahoma fans were not happy. So definitely a player that was respected by that fan base.
Has played free safety and strong safety a little bit too.
All right. Hell yeah.
How about that? All right.
Like that. We love a live commit.
For sure.
Little scramble drill.
Right.
I'm still scrambling a bit, but I'll introduce this next topic if someone wants to start.
Yeah, I got you.
This is now 35? 33.
34, I think, now with Hardy, if I'm not mistaken. At least
I had 34 on my tracker. I did add the kicker and long snapper.
Okay, so then,
I
yeah,
think, though.
you're probably right then. 35.
We've had 35 commits. There's no way we've talked enough about, I don't think, anyone really yet.
Yeah.
Who do you want to talk about? Who's someone that you got to get some takes off about?
You want me to go? All right, I'll go. I don't feel like I've mentioned this guy once or twice, but I don't think we talked about him enough. Edge, you need pressure on a quarterback. And I think Toby Inene is going to bring some of that. North Dakota State, 6'4", 260 pounds. His last year of eligibility, he's played a lot of football, and he has been very, very, very productive when it comes to getting after the quarterback. And y'all know I have affinity for NDSU football players.
You do.
They just know how to play, man. They're coached really well this past season, man. 8 TFLs, 7 sacks as well. And in one of their last playoff games, he had 2 pass deflections that turned into interceptions. And I think he had 6 pass breakups on the year, which is just him getting his big old hands up and using his wingspan to impact the quarterback throwing the football. And that is a massive skill. And that is something that I think is going to really, really help this defense. I think he's a future NFL guy as well. So I think Toby Anene is somebody who is going to be one of the better defensive players on this team this year. Over the last 2 seasons, 968 snaps, 13 sacks, 14 TFLs, 10 quarterback hits, 71 quarterback pressures over the last 2 seasons with those 6 batted passes at the line of scrimmage that I mentioned. Toby Anene is one of my sleepers that I'm really excited about.
Love that.
Go ahead, Jake.
I'm going to shout out another pass rusher. I'm going to go with Lamont Lester, coming in from Monmouth.
I thought you were going Santana Hopper for sure.
I thought about it.
About Santana.
I thought about it. But we can definitely talk about Santana, but look, he is just an absolute beast. Lamont Lester, though, this guy's also a beast. Was very, very productive for Monmouth last year. And as you mentioned, that's just one of the most valuable things, getting pressure on the quarterback, not only having good starters like potentially a Nene, but having good depth guys or maybe even speed rushers like Lamont Lester. And that's what he is, man. He's a pure athlete on the edge. He had 55 pressures last year. That was 4th in, I believe this is FCS numbers.
Yeah, he's FCS, yeah.
So 4th in the FCS in pressures, 4th in quick pressures. I don't know how they're measuring that, with 16. And also led the FCS with 49 pressures on true dropbacks. So the quarterback dropping back there, giving him 5 extra yards to basically get around that tackle. He's having high success rates. He's kind of a smaller, undersized, I guess, if you want to put it that way. But I don't think it's necessarily the case with him. He's just more wiry and kind of long, as opposed to we've just got some like boxy edges in this offseason. You know, he's not really in that mold. So he's much more of an athlete on the edge. But just a guy who was really productive last year, especially, as I mentioned, in the drop back passing game. You're planning to obviously run the ball and hopefully play ahead a lot more this year. I think he's a guy who could do damage in those situations. So
most definitely. Lester.
Love it. It's really interesting with the portal because I think that when you commit in the portal directly relates to like how much we talk about you. And had this guy been the first commit of the portal, I think everyone would have lost their minds. But because it happened when it did, which was just more recently in like the midst of a lot of other stuff happening, it wasn't like that. But I don't think we've talked enough about Leona Leafau.
Facts.
I mean, this is a transfer arc that I don't think Colorado has had yet, which is highly productive SEC starter comes to Colorado. Leona Leafau has started every game for Texas this year. He started 10 games for Texas last year. He's played in every game since he got to Texas for 3 years. This is like I said, highly productive SEC starter that Colorado brought in to play linebacker. And the combination of Leona Leafau and Gideon Lamprin is nasty.
For real.
Like truly nasty. And I think both of them can play either position of linebacker, and both of them have.
Definitely.
And when we had Gideon on, he kind of talked about how he was more used to playing
Will.
Yes, Will rather than Mike.
Yeah.
And Leona Leafau, I think, has done both as well. So you can kind of interchange those guys. But that is a sick combination in the middle at linebacker. So that's really, really exciting to me. And I just don't think enough has been made of Leona Leafau, starting 12 games, 69 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss, a sack, 3 passes defended, a fumble recovery for a touchdown last year at Texas in the SEC.
Yep. 100%. That boy's a dog. I'm really excited about him. Obviously, he committed, what was that, Friday or Saturday, I think? It was this past weekend. I know I haven't.
No, we were in the studio.
Okay, yeah. But I agree, man. He's obviously played exclusively middle linebacker, pretty much mostly middle linebacker last year, and that goes perfectly with what Gideon was telling us last week, that he's a bit more comfortable at will. That's a nasty duo with Tyler Martinez as well, coming over from New Mexico State. And obviously your young bulls, right? Your Rodney Coltons, your Carson Crawfords, your Kobe Johnsons potentially. This linebacker room, I think, as the season ended, would have been top 3 priority that everybody had on their list of portal target in terms of the positions, and they knocked it out the park. I think they're probably done. I think they're done. That room is set. And there's some dogs in that room. There's some good players in that room, I should say.
Yeah, man, he's impactful. He's about as a sure thing as exists out of the transfer portal, honestly. Games played, games started, snaps, production, stats, like he's done it all.
And by the way, Moore also fits that.
Definitely.
Highly productive SEC starter.
DeAndre Moore, yes. Yep, totally. So that was going to be, I mean, you can go first if you want, but, or did you just
About what?
pick a player to talk about?
Oh, going another round? Bet. Ezra Christensen for me.
There you go.
Staying on the defensive line, this man led all FBS defensive linemen in quarterback hurries this past season in 2025. This is somebody who lives around the quarterback. And I like all three of these guys from Mexico State, particularly obviously Christensen and Mitchell in the secondary as well. But 11 TFLs last season, 6 sacks last season as well. I like his size, man. I like his ability to play a 3 technique, to play out wide, to play a 5, to play a 7 if need be. This is just a disruptive, nasty, physical, and polished football player. Like just knocking tackles, just driving them right back one hand
he's got
into
length.
the quarterback. Like I think this is a player, and I really like what they've done to get this pass rush back to kind of what it looked like in 2024 when it was really, really good. It was obviously a big problem defensively this past year, but I don't envision it with the production, the guys that they brought in via the portal this year, that's going to be an issue again.
Yeah, he's listed at 6'2", 280. I mean, as you mentioned, at that size too, you can kind of play him all over the offense or defensive line. Potentially on pass rush situations, play more inside, and then if you want to go bigger, he can definitely kick out a bit too. So he's one of my favorites as well. I think he's a massive addition. This guy's played a lot of football as well too. Yes. Remember, he was at Fresno State before at NMSU, so it's G5 football. Obviously, it's the closest thing you can get, pretty much too. Yep. So. Shout out to him. I was going to go to DeAndre Moore, man. This guy's electric. He's absolutely electric. Go watch him the last few years. I mean, you mentioned it yesterday, kind of that different type of moving. He's a pure route runner, man. And we talked about how this entire group, really, this wide receiver room, all of them can get off the line. He's a technician at it as well. It's going to be very hard for cornerbacks to get hands on these guys off the line. Or if you even want to play aggressive, you are really risking some things. You're risking points pretty much every time you try and press these guys, I think, on the outside too. And look, he's probably going to be one of, if not your top receiver this year. Like, get used to the name. This guy is going to be someone I think Julian's going to fall in love with. He's going to love throwing him the ball. He can work deep down the field. He's got the speed as well, but don't sleep on his route running and just ability to get off the line and what he can do, short to intermediate in the field as well. Screens.
He ran one of the nastiest routes I've seen in a long time against Florida. I don't know if it was this year or last year. It was kind of just like an inside slant out of the slot, and he just set him up outside and just broke it. It was just so filthy, and that's just littered throughout his film and highlight tapes.
Yeah, I mean, this wide receiver room is so fast. And I think I said this to Cam Perry when we talked to him. Maybe it was Danny Scudero. But it's like a lot of guys are fast.
Right.
It's the combination of speed with route running that makes it so dangerous. And when you combine that speed and that route running with Julian Lewis's precision, he's going to hit these guys in stride and give them an opportunity to make plays with the ball in their hands. And all of these guys have moments on their tape where they catch a slant and go to the crib. And that all of that put together is so exciting, with Brennan Marion having the defense on their heels at all times. This is definitely not a guy that we haven't talked about enough, but I don't think I can talk about him enough, and that's Danny Phantom.
Yes. I mean, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, he is, in my opinion, going to be a fan favorite, going to be a guy who eclipses 1,000 yards receiving this year, going to be a guy who, on the broadcast, when it's 3rd and 7, they go like, he's got to keep an eye on Scudero here. That's Julian Lewis's favorite guy to go to in these situations, and he somehow always finds a way to get open.
3rd and Scudero.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to be.
Yeah. 3rd and Phantom.
Yeah, 3rd and Phantom. Facts.
But yeah, all of the things that we just mentioned apply here. But you want to talk about bringing in highly productive players. I don't know if anyone has more production than what Danny Scudero did last year and really over the last 2 years. But you don't have to do a last 2 years thing with Danny Phantom because he led FBS in receiving yards last year, and I believe he was second in receptions. 88 receptions for 1,291 yards and 10 touchdowns. Always open, always making a play. And important with all these guys too, always catch it.
Yes. Great hands.
Yeah, I think someone told me, speaking of Scudero, he maybe had 1 or 2 drops last year. Cam Perry had 0.
That's
Love
crazy.
that. I mean, bro, I saw a tweet yesterday.
Are you about to say what I'm about to say, G?
Probably.
This is crazy.
Because someone posted a tweet that said, I didn't realize Colorado got Scudero.
I saw that too. I was like, that's how you know he got people who were watch college football last year.
Yeah.
They knew what Danny Scudero was on. Yes. I saw that exactly. I was literally finna say that right after RK went. Because that was hilarious. Where I was like, damn, these people, they know who Danny Scudero name hold weight in college football circles.
Yes.
And it's because of what he did last season and the type of player he is. I think that's exactly right.
Absolutely.
When we talked about relationships with these coaching hires, Danny Scudero started his career at Sacramento State, and I don't know exactly how the timeline lined up, but I'm guessing that Brennan Marion had a chance to try and keep him around, and he said, I think I'm going to take this opportunity to go up a level.
Yep.
Goes up a level, balls out even crazier, and then. Did he play 2 years at San Jose State?
I think it was just the one.
Okay. Yeah. Balls out even crazier. And then Brennan Marion's like, hey, you want to go up another level?
Yep.
For real.
Let's do this thing.
Yeah, man. I mean, just semifinals for the Blitnikoff Award.
Says
That's
right
kind
there.
of all you need to know right there about Danny Phantom.
Probably got done dirty that he wasn't a finalist.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, led the nation in receiving. So
I think they held the Nick Nash thing against them, honestly. They
Probably.
saw another San Jose State receiver? No, we're not doing that.
Well, they're two very different players, too.
For sure.
Yeah. And Nick Nash was 25?
25, something like that, too, yeah.
Definitely.
So, I mean, very, very different. You have another one? Or should we just go to the chat?
Let's go to the chat. Unless...
Is that true?
I don't know. I'm looking.
While
I
y'all
doubt
look, I want to just shout out one more guy who
Sure, go for it.
my guy, Brandon Fontenette, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I think Brandon Fontenette is going to be a defensive leader, a team leader.
He was on my list of guys that I was about to say.
It's going to be a lot of this with my boy Brandon Fontenette this year, man. Always finding his way around the football in the run game, in the pass game. I think he is going to be rocking at number 7, and I think for good reason in that secondary. He has it, man. 6'2", 220 pounds, experience, a lot of production on the ball the last couple of years, 3.5 sacks, even 13 PBUs as well. I like Brandon Fontenette as well. He might be one of my very favorites that they've added via this portal.
I mean, another guy just proven, about as proven as you can get out of the transfer portal. 2-year starter in the SEC on not just Georgia or something too. Like, bro, Vandy. Like,
I mean, getting Leafau, Fontenette, and Boo Carter, 3 SEC blue chip type of legit talents with production and experience in that conference added to this defense is massive.
no doubt.
Absolutely. And I would have done Boo Carter if we hadn't just done a whole thing about him like 2 days ago.
For sure.
Or yesterday. I don't even know.
But yeah, I mean, again, like Pavia was the name at Vanderbilt the last 2 years, but they played pretty well defensively as well. And there's a reason why they were able to kind of blow out teams. They just didn't allow them to score a lot of times.
Speaking of Boo Carter, I meant to ask you guys this the other day. Over under 4.5 offensive touches.
I'm going to go under.
Okay.
It's kind of where I was leaning as well. I was trying to formulate a way that I can get him over, but
I just think
under.
you put him at punt returner and kind of you just got so much offensively.
You do have a bunch.
You do.
And
But I think that a guy who always wanted to play both ways, went to Tennessee, didn't really get an opportunity to do it. I think it might have been one of the recruiting reasons to get him. It was like, hey, I thought you said you wanted to play both ways. They're not letting you play both ways over there. Come do it here.
I think a pitch for Coach Prime too should have been like, I mean, yeah, you got some plays at some playing time at slot receiver in the spring last year. Want me to show you how I really prepare you to play both ways in the spring type of thing? Because remember, that was 2 years ago when they had Travis full-time wide receiver, and they stressed how important it was for him to be full-time wide receiver that spring so he could really learn in the playbook.
Only came after he mastered corner.
Yes.
And that was when Coach Prime in that spring was like, watch this.
Right.
Travis hadn't taken a single snap at defense, and he's like, Travis, come guard this.
Yeah.
He gets a PBU.
How about just last thing here, but the Jags have kind of, and I've seen many NFL people throw this out just with the emergence of like Parker Washington and Brian Thomas kind of coming along now late in the season into the playoffs. How, well, there it is, Travis Hunter, full-time DB now. It's the craziest thing. And the GM comes out today going,
You're right.
We're going to stay the course. Travis is going to play both ways. Just what do you guys think about that?
I saw some goofball talking about that the best thing that happened to the Jaguars this year was Travis getting hurt.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, what are we doing? Like that, just some loser stuff right there.
Yeah, and they just hadn't even fully unlocked him when he went down.
He was
Not
just
even
starting.
close.
They was just starting to use him.
Yeah,
like
just had his breakout offensive
he
game.
had the 100-yard game on Monday night, I believe, was that the Rams? I think something like that.
The only way I would hear out that case is if their whole point was okay, that got them to go get Jacoby Myers, so now they have all of those guys for next year.
Fair enough.
They never would have traded for Jacoby Myers
Probably
if
not.
Trav was healthy.
And Jacoby's been great for them.
Yep, except for last week.
Well, isn't he a free agent, Jacoby?
No, they signed him after they
did
traded
they?
for him.
Okay.
Yeah, they signed him to a deal.
Yes, Coach Hart is still with the team. Let's get to what we got in chat. MX or
Go ahead.
Shelly says, wasn't Benson a redshirt senior? Khalil Benson? I have no idea.
Either.
David
Happy
is
for him though,
Totally. Good luck to him too.
and his mom. Great lady.
Yeah. Shout out to David. He says, how does DNVR feel? Do we want another DT or y'all good?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll take a true nose.
Yes.
Which not to say we don't have one, but can never have too much size.
Yeah, for sure. I think they've added at least one in terms of that true nose. I think at least a couple. Cedric Smith is a true nose from Maryland, 6'4", 320 pounds. The kid from Coastal Carolina is also a true nose.
Tyler
Moore, 6 foot, 300. I think maybe Hopper can play a little nose, but he's probably more of a
He's
3-tech.
3-tech, bro.
Yeah. But yeah, you added a couple, but yes, you want to add another DT, at least one more.
Someone also asked that it didn't get starred, but someone asked, it said like, RK, is this the most talented team they've had since the Natty or something along those lines? I don't think it's as talented as 2024 quite yet.
No.
That team had the Heisman Trophy winner, and he was playing both sides of the ball, so that's like having two elite players.
For sure.
Obviously, that team was really, really talented.
Yeah.
Not to mention 94 was, I would say, the most talented.
Colorado has added 7 defensive linemen so far in the transfer portal too. That's not counting edges, by the way.
Was starting at 0.
Yes, totally.
Seriously.
We didn't mention it during the show too, but shout out Chris Hudson as well for getting into the College Football Hall of Fame. That is big time. He is the 12th Buffalo to be enshrined in the College Football Hall of Fame.
Hell yeah. Dog.
Who's next?
Friend of the program. He's been on
shout out
2
to him.
shows,
Yep.
I believe.
Mm-hmm.
A pregame and a postgame.
That's true.
So crazy.
MX Rare says, really hope there's some good news before Friday. We just got to make it to Friday, in my opinion, honestly.
We're going to make it to Friday.
We will. Also, do we know if it closes like midnight Friday or Thursday night? Or
I guess I don't know. I guess I would assume it would close like
Midnight
Friday
Thursday.
night midnight, but I don't know. It could be Thursday night
Thursday
midnight.
night. Yeah.
I don't know.
And then Malone West says, what's the point of spending a bag on 4 slot receivers and you don't have one lockdown corner? I like more, but would have rather a lockdown corner.
It's not a 0-sum game. It's not that you can only have one or the other.
And they wanted Smith Snowden. You
Yeah,
just didn't
exactly.
pick them.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they tried. They tried really hard.
For sure. And it's not like they're out of money now.
Right. Totally.
I think we would all like to see another corner, at least one more, just like we would like to see another defensive tackle.
But also, I mean, I don't know. Like, there's still time. Like, guys are going to enter, obviously, the next few days. Even Miami and Indiana, I mean, as good as they are, they're going to have some
Yeah, no
injuries,
doubt.
and they have an extra 5 days to get guys in the portal, too. So,
No doubt.
By the way, I never gave my answer, but I'm taking the over on 4.5 offensive touches for Boo.
all right. I mean, just what Samba just said there, just a pure wildcat package is enough, I think, anyways.
Yeah, I mean, even just getting him lined up as like the outside running back
in the go-go.
For
sure.
And then like running a little like pull, flip it out there. I mean, obviously you can do that with so many of these guys.
Mm-hmm. All right, this was a fun show. Downhill part of the week now. 2 days left, man, until the portal closes, or maybe 3, depending on when it actually closes. But we'll be back tomorrow. See you then. Let's go Buffs.
Let's go Buffs.
We all silly like the mayor.